Hello everyone, this is Shadoku here once again making another video, and this time I'm just gonna give some advice about college, from college newcomers, and yeah, a little tidbit. I've been planning to make this dang thing for like the better part of like 3-4 years at this point. Um, but yeah, I'm here now making this video, better late than never, and more specifically, there is this one person who is that I know is going to college now. And yeah, as soon as I saw that, oh wow, he's actually in college now, I gotta make the video. So you know who you are if you're listening to this. But no worries. No, this is really general advice for anyone again entering college for the first time, or even if you're like in second year, heck, even your third year. Who knows? I'd hope you had things figured out by your fourth year. But if not, then hope this helps out. So I'm just gonna get straight to it. So my first piece of advice is to live a little. Now, emphasis on a little, because when you go to college, for a lot of people, it's going to be their first taste of freedom, of life without their parents, life independent from a lot of what they found to be comforting back in their home place, especially if you're moving to a different area. Let's say, yeah, you travel to college, you go dorm at the actual college itself, like I did. Yeah, for a lot of people, it's going to be very, a liberating experience. Now, with that, yeah, take advantage of the fact that, yeah, you got this new freedom now. Of course, there's always a caveat, like, don't overdo it. So, I think that's another thing. Define what living means to you. So that when I say live a little, what does living mean to you? For you, it could be doing great in your classes. I hope you do all do great in your classes, but for some, it might be, I'm gonna go like excel in clubs, or maybe I'm gonna like work real hard. I'm gonna make money, while I'm in college, or something like that. Or maybe I'm gonna find like my passion, what it is it may be. That's gonna be up to you. So yeah, you take advantage of this and find out what works best for you, because really, this is, I think this would be kind of like a template of what your life may be, who knows, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when not to be morbid here, but like your parents may be gone, you know or you might not have that support system, like you once did during high school, or even near family. And now that you got this little template where you got like a little cushion, at least I could think about it, like you got this little safety net. You're kind of like traversing the world, but if you mess up, it's not the end of the world. So, take a little risk, and not too risky risk, okay? Be mindful, but see what works for you, and see how you will traverse these new challenges in your life. Along with that, and a little I just mentioned it earlier right now, is take advantage of what resources are available to you now. Do have a few specific ones. First one is student discounts. Like, I did take advantage of a lot of them while I was in college. I think a few of them. What was a few of them? I think some of them were just for streaming services. Like, there's a thing where you could verify you're a student. You just got to put your ID or something like that. Um, I mean, yeah. Again, that's a little part of living a little. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with spending a little bit of money to, let's say, get like this little, I don't know, that iPad you want. Well, hopefully, iPad's a pretty expensive thing. So let me, or let's say go to the movies. Yeah, let's say you wanted to go to the movies for the first time. Maybe go with your friends. Hey, get the student discount. Instead of paying $25, you get paid $15. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Just going out every once in a while, watching a movie you're looking forward to, and yeah, you took advantage of the discount. Another thing is health insurance. Like, this may be like a very odd thing for some people, but at least for me, and I know for a lot of people, uh, some just don't really grow up with health insurance, or even good at health insurance at that, if they do have some. Um, and excuse me. And for a lot of people, uh, going to college, especially, I think for a lot of them, when you dorm, you have to get health insurance. At least that was the case when I was dorming in my university. Um, you know, it was great to have that. To be honest, like it paid for my dental work. It paid for like some like physical therapy I took. Um, it, and I mean, you still got like copay and stuff like that. They keep that in mind. But like having that benefit of like I don't have to pay that much for what should be very simple things, like going to the doctors and all that. Especially if you didn't grow up in a good environment. And I say that it's in the sense that maybe you didn't really have like maybe you didn't take care of your body, maybe like what's it called? Like I don't know, maybe you got a sprained ankle like during high school or something. You're like you just go walked it off because I kind of say this experience. Okay, thankfully I didn't sprain an ankle, but walked a lot of things off and then copped to me a few years later. So if you've been mean to take anything, check the doctors. Do it now, like sincerely, like do it now while you have this opportunity and this benefit of having good health insurance to really do that. And yeah, so I guess I'll move on to the next thing, which is clubs and internships. So I kind of put these little two together because I feel these are somewhat similar opportunities. It depends. Let's say you go to a club, let's say like an anime club, for example. And, it could just be something for fun, socialization, and all that, which is very important. That's always going to be important. But also, let's say you want to like I don't know, kind of like spread your wings a little bit, like see what opportunities that could benefit you. Let's say you're like a business major, for example, maybe beneficial. Go to the business club. That could be cool. Along with that, internships. Now, I'll give this as a little heads up. Um, Not all clubs will be beneficial. I'm just gonna put it very bluntly right there. Like, let's say one of the clubs I let's say went through my university time. I thought I was gonna get a little more out of it than what it actually did. I spent a lot of time. I think I spent a whole semester there, and then by the end of it, I'm like, you know what, this was a waste of my time. So if you look for clubs and then you're hoping for internship, some may help. Like there's some results you can get, but keep in mind like, hey, like yeah, no, some of this will come with just experience. Like you just going to the club, seeing what a good run club looks like versus one that's ran like a little doggy doo doo. If I were to be a little it'd be nice right there, but you could kind of tell like, okay, what's gonna benefit me, what's gonna not. So yeah. And oh yeah, and also with the internships, yeah, take advantage of those too. Like especially for the new working world now, like a work experience is a lot more valuable than any degree. Well, okay, I don't know go that far, but like work experience really is valuable. So if you get the chance to say, I don't know, yeah, you're good business major, and you get the chance to be, let's say you want to specialize in accounting, and I don't know, local business, like oh they like reach out like, hey, we're looking for like accounting, like a little internship, hopefully paid. Sometimes you get unpaid stuff, which is BS, but it's gonna happen. But I just say, yeah, you get the opportunity, you go in, spend like a few months there, and then boom, you can put that on your resume. That's it's a pretty awesome thing. Yeah, so take advantage of that. And also school jobs too. Like sometimes schools like will have like the cafeterias like hiring people, or sometimes like the libraries hiring people. Like I think there's an opportunity at my school, which unfortunately I wasn't able to take advantage of. Um, was like it was basically like basically a house cleaner. I guess that's like the best way I could put it for like one of the like admins. Like oh you're just there just helping out. Like oh just clean up their office. Like make sure it's all dusted nice, looks presentable, and then if they need you like to go like carry a paper to someone like that, then you do that. Like yeah, there's one that I think I didn't even think I sent the application for that. I just got caught up with other things. But along with that, no, I don't take my word fully on this, but um, I might speak on this in like I don't know maybe sometime in the future. But I did get an opportunity to actually be not a teacher's assistant per se, but to be a grader slash reader for a college course during my undergraduate years, during my last semester actually, and I found out that this is an opportunity for undergraduates, at least in my university. Like it's always been there. I'm sure you have to have certain qualifications to get there. Um, but if that's the case, like let's say you want to go into something like education, yeah, yeah, go for it. Like ask your professors, like, hey, you got like a position open for someone to grade your thing, or just ask like the like whatever your like job coordinator is, at your university or college. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. And actually, that's a good segue to the next point I want to talk about is talk to people, talk to your professors, talk to your admins, your counselors, talk to them. Like it's sometimes a little, it would be anxiety inducing. Eh, you know, like yeah, I mean, yeah, I see people, and even to me sometimes I'm like, oh no, like I'm gonna talk to this guy. He's like this professor, so smart and everything. I'm gonna come up to him, like talk, and then I'm gonna make a fool of myself. It happens. But still, at least try to make the effort to talk to people, because it's going to be really invaluable, not only for your like professional educational experience, just for you as a person, like legitimately. Now we're going thinking to my college days, which honestly wasn't just very few months ago, but um, the people I met there, from professors to now friends, are like some of the greatest people I've ever met. Like legitimately, like they're just so kind, so thoughtful, and like legitimately smart people who have something to bring to the table. And again, not only like on a professional level, but also just as people, like people who again who genuinely care for you. Like I'm not saying that's gonna be always the case. You're gonna find pretty bad people. I mean, again, being blunt right there. I mean, that's part, of course. That's part of the whole learning to live thing. You know, like learning, okay, who's good, who's bad, who's gonna be good for me, who's gonna be bad for me. Um, but even then, like yeah, talking to professors, a lot of these people are just like really relaxed, like chill people. Like they're just like yeah, they just really regular people. Like I think that reminds me of like one of my first experiences with my professor. So like during my first semester there, he just randomly went on a tangent how much of like an anime fan he was, and then yeah, it was very silly. I think he did that because he saw how to Dragon Ball shirt. But yeah, but it just goes to show like they're just regular people. They have their own interests, and you go to their office hours, and yeah, definitely do that. Go to their office hours and actually just and you know yeah, try to ask for help. You know, like don't waste their time. Like you know, like a lot of them are busy with other things, so like definitely don't waste their time. But yeah, just go in there and say, hey, I just want to have a chat, you know, and then yeah, most of them are willing to have a chat with you. Um, yeah, so just do that, and yeah, just you know, of course, goes back to the whole club thing. Yeah, just talk to people, engage with people, get to know others. Like you never know, like you might meet someone and then like they might you know have a connection to someone else, and then you're like, oh wow, like we're gonna do this fun thing, like I don't know, like skiing or something like that. Like oh wow, now you have a passion for skiing. Maybe you didn't realize before. Now, well, you took that experience because you talked to people. You know, it can happen. So definitely do that. But along with that, I mean, I think that's a good segue to my next point, which is be mindful of your limits. So again, this goes to the whole part of like defining what living means to you, which is to say yeah, understand where your limits are. You know, sometimes you can't do all the clubs you want. Sometimes you're interested in like in three clubs, but you only got time reasonably for one. Um, and same thing for your classes. Let's say you chose a major, that's more like at least for me, yeah. Speaking out of personal experience, I went as a computer science major, saw that the math was extremely difficult. Like even though I like math, I'm not that great at it, and I soon realized like you know what, this is probably not gonna work for me, and I'm just gonna switch to psychology. So yeah, at that sense, yeah, understand your limits, what's gonna work for you, what's not on an academic sense. And then also again on a personal sense, like again I mentioned before, you're gonna like see people and then you probably have some interactions. Maybe you might go to a party or two. Be careful if you do that. Just sincerely like be careful to watch yourself. Um, and you might think, okay, maybe party's not for me, or maybe like not this type of party, but maybe like another just casual hangout, just like a friend and I were just talking stuff like that. Maybe that's better suited for you, or who knows? So maybe you're better suited for like a club trip or something like that. Maybe you have like one common interest, maybe like an anime club trip, like I took to what's it called, to like one of the like anime sections of the city or something like that. And yeah, maybe that's something be more suited for you. Again, be mindful of your limits and don't like push yourself to the point where like you're gonna force yourself to do something you're uncomfortable with. That's on an academic, personal, even professional level. Like they say you want to get a job and maybe it's a little too much for you, or not very too confident. Just see where you're willing to draw the line, and getting experience, first-hand experience, will help you find out where that line is for you. And yeah, I guess that goes to another thing right here is prioritize your classes. Like especially for the new freshmen, well, even for people who like go into their third year, like it's like, a little tangent, but it's a little unbelievable how much I see people like go through their college career and just like uh, I guess be blunt, fake it till they make it. Like I'm like, wow, okay, I guess you're here still. Um, I'm not trying to be like mean there, but like yeah. But anyways, Yeah, prioritize your classes because college is about education. It's it's you learning and trying to earn a degree. It's not a vacation. Like don't 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 forget your classes. Think about, again, this is about the whole like understanding your limits. Maybe you can do 4 classes, try 3. Talk with your counselor, say, hey, I think I might only have to do 3 classes per semester, or who knows, maybe these specific 4 was just so hard for me, but maybe if I do some other classes next semester, maybe doing 4 classes would be better. But still, you keep, remember, especially if you're getting like financial aid, like there's a limit there. And especially, and also like if you're like spending your own money or your parents' money, that money's not infinite, okay? Like, I don't care how rich you are, it's not infinite. Well, maybe you're like a multi-billionaire, then maybe it's virtually limitless. But anyways, like there is gonna be a limit. You'll got a certain amount of time there. You're gonna be in college for average 4 years, 5 sometimes. Um, so you're not trying to be there forever. It's not gonna be there forever. Don't fumble the bag on things that are avoidable. Specific examples: don't oversleep. Like, and I'm very guilty of this. Partially, sometimes for having long talks with my friends online, which I don't regret. I like having talks with them. Um, or sometimes just overworking, which definitely don't do that. Don't take. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, don't overwork yourself like that. Basically give yourself a good sleep schedule. Don't do that because it's gonna mess up everything. If you say like, oh, like I have late classes, my first class not till 1 p.m. I mean, that's great. That's really awesome. But still, like, don't use that as an opportunity to stay up to like 4 or 5 a.m. and then like go to sleep, then wake up at like 12, and then now you're trying to scramble to get ready to go to class and eat and everything. That's not, no, that's not a good thing to do. Okay. Um. Yeah. And what's it called? And what else about classes? No, yeah, again, connects to the other points. Talk to your professors if you're having trouble. Like I've seen this attitude sometimes, like, oh, if I go to my professors, it's a sign of weakness and stuff. Screw that. No, 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 no. If you need help, you need help. You're there to learn. They're there to help you. That's their job, and your job is to make sure you succeed. So, don't be brash. Don't be prideful. Get help. And yeah, get help. Tutoring's there. Ask your classmates, hey, having trouble like understanding this. Can you help me? Do what you need to do to succeed. Because you succeeding in there, and if you get like academic probation and get kicked out, and you're like, oh no, what am I gonna do in my life? That's on you, okay? Like it is on you. All right, all right. Maybe I went too much of a tangent right there, so I'll just move on to the next thing, which is I guess a little related. Know your school systems. By that I mean every school is gonna be different. Like um at least for me, for my school, there was like these like little like badges, something like that, like, oh, you have to get the environment badge or like the language badge, something like, for example, I kind of forget which specific ones, on top of like the regular like general education and major requirements, stuff like that. So yeah, understand what's the system that's in place at your school and try to use that to your advantage. So like, for example, for me, I took a psychology and film class that fulfilled. I think I'm pretty sure I fulfilled one of my GEs. Also fulfilled one of the requirements for my major. Also fulfilled one of the things, one of the little badges. So I'm like, oh wow, I could kill 3 birds with one stone. That's great, awesome. And you could do that with multiple classes. Like I think, yeah, I also majored in writing studies, and there was one specific psychology writing course which fulfilled for both major and minor. So I'm like, awesome. They see, be efficient right there. Understand how the classes works. Like what's the numbering system? Do they overlap? And then if you can find one that overlaps, and especially if it's one that a class that you are gonna like that psychology and film class, like that's one of my favorite classes. Eh, yeah, if you're gonna do it for and it helps you with your major, take it. Yeah, do it. So definitely do that so you could have the system work for you instead of you trying to work the system in the sense that like you're just trying to like barely survive and then like suffer and then like and then complain like, oh my god, like my G's like they're terrible. Like you got options. You got now. And real quick thing, um, for your general education courses, definitely look for something you will like and try to get your courses early, at least as early as humanly possible, because sometimes they have like things like, oh, some students get priority over others. I'm not sure how that works, but as soon as possible, sign up for your classes because that's the best way you can guarantee, or at the very least, yeah, guarantee that yeah, you're gonna get classes that you want and maybe a class you enjoy. So again, if you have to take a GE class, um, and you don't want to take anthropology, for example, well, maybe you like philosophy. Maybe that would be better for you. Um, do it. Like, yeah, like take a course that you're going to enjoy, because at least for my college, I'm not gonna say it was all robust or anything, but there's a pretty good sizable options I could take, and a lot of them I quite enjoyed. Like, be honest, now looking back, like I guess there's a class or two that I didn't enjoy, but for the most part, I picked classes that I enjoyed. At least I thought I would enjoy it, and yeah, I ended up liking them for the most part. So yeah, like really do that. You do yourself a favor and set yourself up for not only success, but for enjoyment. You're gonna be here. You're gonna take that course for the better part of like 4 or 5 months. Make it an enjoyable experience. So yeah, and I guess one last thing I'll leave off before I end this video, because it's already 20 minutes long, is don't overeat. And don't overspend. I'll add overspending. I was gonna make it about eating, but I'll add spending right there. This is, I guess, more for the people who are like dorming at the college campus, which yeah, at least for my campus, I'm pretty sure it's for all campuses. You are required to have a meal plan if you're living on campus, because they don't want the students to starve and everything, which is understandable. At least the cafeteria at my campus was it was so. I do think it got better over the years, but I'm not gonna pretend it was like a paradise or anything. But one commonality I do see with a lot of college campuses with their cafeterias is that there's something, what is the freshman 15, I think they call it, or something like that. Basically, a lot of new people going to college, they gain a lot of weight going to college because they end up eating the cafeteria. The cafeteria's food is at least good to them, because again, like sometimes you go to that might be a place of like, yeah, a lot of food, and you end up gaining a lot of weight. It just happens, you know. And I'm not trying to shame anyone for it. I mean, it happens to everyone. And I guess along with that, real quick, I'll say just take care of yourself as well. Your body. Like a lot, at least my campus had a gym, and that's something I should have took a little more advantage. I did take the gym, here and there. Um, but yeah, if you have a gym, take advantage of that. It's probably gonna be free. It's probably gonna be part of your tuition. Do it. Like go to the gym every once in a while. Along with that, at least my college campus, they had this like um, this thing where you can sign up to go to these like gym routines where you have like a little coach that kind of coach you do some like yoga or like very specific routines about like your core or your abs or who knows what about the muscles or whatever. I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert on that. But yeah, if you got that resource, take it. Like, hey, now we got an instructor. Well, essentially for free. Well, I mean, you're paying for it, but like essentially, it's right there. Take it. And who knows? Yeah, you might be a little more healthy after it. So I think that's always a benefit. So yeah, just be mindful what you eat. It could be really easy to get caught up on like the pizza. The pizza at my place, at least my university, was decent. It was pretty one of more better options. But sometimes it'd be better to get the salad or something like that, or something a little more healthy. Like maybe get some rice. Get some like white or orange rice. I don't know, maybe like a little chicken here and there, some a little lettuce. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. You could, I don't know, maybe put ketchup in there or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, so along with that is watch your spending. For some people, you might get a little influx of money. Whether it be from financial aid to help you with your college expenses, or maybe who knows, maybe your parents may not be willing to help you. Just be mindful how you spend it. I already mentioned, take advantage of student discounts. Also, if you need books, again, this is like the financial aid gives you money for like to get your school supplies. Um, Sometimes you gotta cheap out. Sometimes you gotta go to Walmart or something like that. Get like the big, like big pencil box, something like that for $3 or something like that. Hey, that's probably gonna be worth it. Like, invest in some decent pencils and pens. At least that really worked for me. Um, what else? Oh shit, I was gonna say something I completely forgot. Oh my lord. Lord. Oh, eBay. Yeah, I know eBay has a little bad rep with some people, but at least for me, always worked well. And if you're trying to get like a book, like for a decent price, cause those college books, those things can get pricey. If you have an online book and maybe your professor has like an online system going on, then you kind of have no choice. You got to do that online system. Unfortunately, it's gonna cost you like, I don't know, a good $100 probably. Hopefully not that much, but it's gonna happen. But if you have the option, yeah, definitely go on eBay or go on Amazon. Sometimes just they sell used books and be like, okay, I need this book, or ask a professor, hey, I know you said the fifth edition you want for your class, but does the fourth edition does that work a little better? Sometimes professor might say yes, sometimes no, sometimes yes, but with caveats. Again, ask your professors about that because that could make the difference between you spending like $140 or like I don't know how much did I pay. I think like $60 for like a book I paid, which is still not that's still a sizable chunk, but I mean better than 140. So yeah, but yeah. That's all the advice I have right now. I probably do have more advice, like if I really do think about it. But I think generally speaking, that's the advice I have right now for anybody who is new to college. And of course, this is all unscripted, so if you're looking for any, if you're looking for any specific piece of advice, yeah, feel free to ask a question in the comments. I'm more than willing to answer. Um, and yeah, so again, if you're new to college, the best of luck to you. I know for a lot of students, some students are starting college like around this time right now. Some have already started, probably a month into it. But no matter where you are in your college career, I wish the best for you. Sincerely, we're all here for a reason. At least you're. I hope you're there with the reason, and whatever it may be, I hope you succeed. Hope you do well, and hopefully these tips help you. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Well, so I guess that's it. I wish you all the best and good luck. See ya.